If you know me or if you don't know me, it's pretty easy to put together that I really love Star Wars. My name is literally Anakin, the protagonist of six of the movies, and I've got the lightsabers in the collection to prove it. But today I'm going to answer that one question. Why am I so obsessed with Star Wars? Or more nicely put, why do I just love Star Wars in general? Now, why do I love Star Wars? Because the hero's journey gives me hope. The hero's journey is a storytelling device used within literature and film, and Star Wars is one of the most prominent franchises to utilize it in the last 40 years, where in which the protagonist of the hero goes on a vigorous adventure and emerges as the hero themselves. And man, can we all relate to that, wanting to be the heroes of our own stories? What makes Star Wars so unique is that there isn't one central character that goes on this journey. Almost every single character in the Star Wars galaxy is going through their own version of the hero's journey, making it so that we can see ourselves as any of these diverse characters because all of them are in the process of becoming their own heroes in their own stories. All of them living their lives day by day on Tatooine, running away from their responsibilities, or sitting idly by in the galaxy devolving into chaos under the Republic or the Empire, and even the clutches of the First Order. But in all these stories comes a point where they can choose to do something about it and make the galaxy a better place. But not all heroes make that choice at first. Star Wars heroes are not perfect, just like us. Every character, good and bad, have their ups and downs, choosing between the light side and the dark side, reflecting on how in the real life, our lives don't follow a script. We can't be the hero of our story all the time, and more often than not, we become the villains of our own stories, even most of the times. The most prominent example of this is Anakin Skywalker. He was the greatest Jedi to ever live, a noble general in the Clone Wars, and cared deeply about his friends and looked after them until the end. But he wasn't immune to the temptations of the dark side. He had built up anger, he was selfish at times, and he had a strong desire for control. He gave into those temptations. He turned to the dark side, becoming Darth Vader, the most feared Sith in the galaxy, the Emperor's enforcer tasked with hunting down and destroying the Jedi Knights after Order 66. Trapped in a life of pain and anger because of his desire for control becoming the very thing he swore to destroy. But Anakin's story doesn't end there. When faced with the choice to remain loyal to the Emperor and kill his own son, and he chooses not to, he saves his son's life, becoming the father to his son that he never had, destroying the Emperor and the Empire, fulfilling the prophecy as the chosen one who would bring balance to the Force and save the entire galaxy. He isn't the only one. Can we all relate to a time where we lost our way? All these characters in Star Wars go on these types of journeys and start out just like us, alone, feeling like they're stuck on a desert planet, running away from our past, trying to find out who we are in the galaxy, burdened by all the promises we couldn't keep. We've all been there. So have these characters. Luke Skywalker was a farm boy looking out at the horizon, dreaming to become something more. Haven't we all felt like we weren't living up to our potential? Then Luke became a hero. He became Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master, a legend. But even as a legend, he messed up. He failed his nephew, but that didn't stop him from sacrificing himself for the resistance, ensuring he wouldn't be the last Jedi. Ahsoka Tano, after becoming a Padawan to Anakin during the Clone Wars, was rejected from coming back to the Jedi Order because they didn't trust her. She was hurt. We've all had parts of our past that we want to leave behind in order to become the person we were meant to be. And Ahsoka became a Jedi in everything but name, as someone who helps people who need their help no matter what. Rey battles with her identity throughout the sequel trilogy because she doesn't know who she is or who she wants to be. And man, can we all relate to that? Rey finds a secret to being who she is by realizing she gets to choose. She's not a scavenger anymore. She's not no one. She's not a Palpatine. She chooses to be a Skywalker. The Mandalorian was a lone bounty hunter with no regard for anyone or anything except money, survival, and the bounty hunter's code, always thinking about the next job, but throws away everything he has ever known as a bounty hunter, breaking the code not only to become a man of honor, but to be a man and a dad for a child. Star Wars is a cast of diverse and rugged human characters alike, allows us as the audience to live our life through their eyes. To see these characters have to deal with the same problems and anxieties we face under intense and crazy adventures, illustrating that to the audience that the life is hard and that these characters persevere through their circumstances, giving us hope that we can persevere too. At the center of Star Wars, what George Lockett wanted his franchise to do is to give people hope. The ability to escape reality, have a fun adventure, or feel inspired and hopeful. Those kids watching dream of and to aspire to be something greater, and adults can feel comfort that Luke Skywalker can fail just like them. Star Wars gives me hope that even when I stumble in life, I can still redeem myself like Darth Vader. Hope that my life is meant for greater things and I can become a hero like Luke Skywalker. Hope that even when I turn my back on others, I will always have that force inside me to want to help other people like Ahsoka Tano. Hope that where I come from doesn't define me and I get to choose who I am just like Rey Skywalker. Hope that when there comes a day that I'll just stop living my life carelessly and only concerned about myself and choose to throw that life away without question just so I could be a good dad to my kids, I'll do it just like the Mandalorian. Sure, Star Wars is just really cool. It has space battles, lightsaber fights, aliens, monsters, and box office records to surround it and to catch everyone's attention. But what's hiding underneath is something that I cherish so much, that hopeful feeling I get whenever I see a Star Wars movie or an episode of a Star Wars show. It's what makes Star Wars to me. Is that growing up, it always gave me hope. And to other Star Wars fans, it means something completely different, and that's okay. And to other people, they find their hope and their inspiration from other things, and that's okay. But for me, it's that feeling I get when I see those yellow letters appear on that screen. The feeling that no matter what I'm going through, I can get through it because Anakin, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, and so many others got through their problems as well. Knowing that no matter how many times I can turn on a Star Wars movie or an episode of the Clone Wars or an episode of The Mandalorian, I'll feel inspired and just happy